Welcome back to another not Steam Deck video, but an ASUS ROG Ally video. We finally got official, well, I'm going to say it's darn near official, pricing leaks that show the ASUS ROG Ally's price, and it could be a massive Steam Deck competitor at this price, and I'm not kidding. Now, we spoke about the price before, the pricing reveal, but it's looking more and more official as time goes on. We're going to be looking at an under $800, potentially under $700 price range. Let's get into it. I'm Blazed, okay? As you know by now though, before we get into it, please check out our Amazon list of favorite Steam Deck accessories. I'll put a link in the description and comment of this video. You'll find just about everything you need to level up your Steam Deck game. Great for gift ideas, great for yourself. I'm always adding cool stuff to it, so bookmark it, save it, hit the heart button, hit the favorite button, follow it, share it with friends. It's a great resource for all things Steam Deck and ASUS ROG, in fact, because there's a lot of this stuff, most of this stuff actually, will work and should work fine with the ASUS ROG Ally. It's not just Steam Deck specific, so you might want to check out some of these delicious little Steam Deck and ASUS ROG Ally accessories. Anyways, let's get into it. So this article comes courtesy of Gizmodo, a trustworthy source. Now, as we spoke about last week, the pricing of the ASUS ROG Ally is going to be a little bit less than we expected or we anticipated. Because as you know, if you don't know, Steam or Valve are able to sell the Steam Deck at a bare, like such a slow price because they intend to make their money back off software sales, all right? You buy a Steam Deck, all right, for a low price. A bunch of people buys a Steam Deck because it's cheap, right? It's the cheapest gaming PC out there, more or less. And because it's cheap, right? And then you end up spending a lot more money after that on games, applications, all that stuff, everything you could buy on the Steam store, right, on Valve, on the Steam Deck, to play on the Steam Deck. So you end up making a lot more money in the long run because all your games are in their Steam library, so you're encouraged to buy more games for Steam, and Steam just makes a bunch of money over time with your Steam Deck purchase, so they don't mind selling it to you at cost, the price it costs to make it. Whereas ASUS doesn't have that luxury, but surprisingly, it seems like they're going to try and compete anyway. So the ROG Ally with the AMD Z1 Extreme processor, just if you haven't seen my video already talking about the AMD Z1 Extreme processor, it's a beast, and it's going to blow the Steam Deck out of the water. But will it? I mean, performance-wise on paper. 512GB storage at 16 gigs of RAM is looking like it'll give Valve some trouble. So here it is. It doesn't have the touchpads. I don't like the glossy, cheap plastic D-pad. There's a lot of things I'm not too keen on ROG Ally, design-wise. But I think it's going to be one of those things that you need to get. And I think I'm going to get, for sure. So let's read the article. So the Steam Deck was a groundbreaking device when it arrived last year to change what everyone thought handheld gaming could be. And while many competitors' devices claim to outperform Valve's handheld, ASUS's ROG Ally could be the first true Steam Deck killer, especially if the sleek pricing info proves to be accurate. So, first revealed on April 1st as what many people assume was an April Fool's prank, ASUS confirmed the existence of its ROG Ally handheld just a few days later, powered by the AMD Ryzen Z1 and Z1 Extreme processor. So we know this is what's going to be powering it now. We've discussed it. We've discussed the benchmarks of this bad boy on a previous video. Go watch it. The ASUS ROG Ally features a 1080p screen and get this, 120Hz display. Now, we've talked about all these specs before. It's going to be an absolute machine. And if performance, if what the paper is saying, if what the specs are saying, performance-wise, it's going to put up a real big fight to the Steam Deck. Well, it's not going to put up a fight. It's going to demolish the Steam Deck, at least performance-wise. Now, obviously, whether the experience and the feel and everything like that of the ROG Ally compares to the Steam Deck, well, that's not for me to decide yet because I don't have my hands on one. But performance-wise, it's really going to blow the Steam Deck out of the water, I think. And as are a lot of the future handhelds coming out with this processor in it. So it's going to be easily upgradable, SSD-wise. We've talked about that. Unlike the Razer Edge, blah, 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 blah. So it says, hands-on impressions with ROG Ally have been favourable, with the handheld apparently feeling thinner, lighter and less bulky than the Steam Deck. A few questions still remain about the device, including its thinner design comes with a trade-off, aka in the battery life department. But the biggest question is, how much will it cost? Valve has been able to price the Steam Deck very competitively because it's a device that pushes new users towards the company's Steam store, which we talked about at the start of the video, which happens to generate around $10 billion in revenue. Now, that's not profit, that's revenue, of which Valve gets a cut. 30% cut, I believe. So 30% cut of 10 billion is, you guessed it, $3 billion a year profit for just hosting the store, obviously. So obviously that helps fund the Steam Deck and being able to sell the Steam Deck at cost. So Valve gets cut. ASUS does not have that, and many have worried that the higher spec versions of the ROG Ally could potentially cost over $1,000. Now, I wonder if that's why they've chosen like sort of cheapish looking materials here. I mean, I can't speak for the thumbsticks, but the D-pad and maybe the shell and the triggers and the bumpers, they all have that glossy plastic. I don't think glossy plastic looks nice. I just think it gets smudged very easily. I'm more of a matte black sort of person, all right, and I just don't like glossy black. I'm sorry. Could that be a cost-saving measure? Who knows? But according to The Verge, it says it was shown data by Roland Quant, a gadget leaker with a reliable track record, as well as screenshots from Best Buy's website, shared by Camille Kakur and Snoopy Tech on Twitter. The AMD Z1 Extreme version of the ROG Ally, so that's the Extreme version, the version that, well, we spoke about in the last video, has a potential up to 8 teraflops of performance on the GPU, which is absolutely nuts. This is the more extreme version of this new Z1 processor. It's going to sell for just $699.99, and that's for the high-end 8 GPU APU with the 512, with the 16 gigs of RAM for the ASUS ROG Ally, which is bananas. Now, about $50 more expensive than the $650 512 gigabyte version of the Steam Deck, as The Verge points out. That pricing could very well be a temporary placeholder, as ASUS is promising to officially reveal the pricing for all ROG Ally models on May 11th. So on May 11th, we'll know for sure. All right, this won't be a leak anymore. It won't be a prediction. It will be official on May 11th. That's when they're going to announce it, and I'm hoping that's when they're going to announce the release date for it as well. So stay tuned, because I'll be covering it the day of as soon as possible. I'll try to get my video out the second we know. Okay, I might even live stream it. Who knows? I live stream every day, Monday to Friday, morning till evening on this channel, so come pop in anytime. Excuse my beard, I'm looking at my beard. I need to shave it, I'm sorry. I've had a stressful week, okay? But $699 seems to be a very specific number, and while not cheaper than the Steam Deck, it's still very competitive given what the new handheld offers. That is really competitive. Now, there's obviously going to be two models of the Z1 processor. There's going to be the Z1 and the Z1 Extreme, and they're saying that Z1 Extreme is going to sell for $699. So I'm wondering if ASUS are going to sell a cheaper model as well, you think? A cheaper model on top of that, I wonder. That maybe comes in at like $599 for the Z1. But looking at the specs of the Z1 Extreme, like it's night and day difference between the Z1 and the Extreme. So I would hope they're just going to put the Extreme out, and that'll be it, you know. So hopefully ASUS can be just as competitive with pricing for the entry-level model of the ROG Ally. It's one of the reasons the Steam Deck became so popular was its $399 price point for the base 64GB model, which I wish I'd got, because I was going to upgrade to the 2TB SS. I was going to upgrade to the 2TB SSD anyway, so there was no need for me to buy the 650, and the anti-glare screen isn't all that special anyway, so I should have got a freaking 64GB model, but I didn't think. Which is the same price as devices like the Razer Edge, which are far less capable. If these leaks are true, ASUS can finally deliver mobile gamers a true Steam Deck competitor, and one that's even occasionally boots up Microsoft Word when you need to be productive instead. So obviously that's a benefit of running a handheld that has Windows on it. You can run all the third-party launchers you want. Every game that runs on Windows, which is just about every game, will just work on the ROG Ally, which is fantastic. You don't have to dual boot and all this stuff that you have to do on the Steam Deck. It'll just work the way God intended, right? Or ASUS intended in this case. So that's good. So yeah, I'm really excited for the ROG Ally. We're going to be doing a lot more videos of it on this channel in the coming days and weeks and months as we build up to the launch of it. So stay tuned to this channel. Hit the subscribe, hit the bell icon, hit the like button. I don't think I said subscribe, like, and bell icon at the start of the video, did I? But please do it. It means a lot. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm probably going to try to buy this the day pre-orders open for it. You could already put your email in at Best Buy to try and reserve a slot to get this thing. I believe ASUS is an American company, so another American company making another gaming handheld. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit safer than buying maybe the Ioneo, from some of these Chinese companies that are selling handheld gaming PCs. You obviously going to have that American company behind it. You're going to have repairability, half decent support, and repairability behind it as well. service centers potentially in the US. So fingers crossed it all works out, and I think it's definitely one of the front runners for being a Steam Deck, a true Steam Deck competitor. So yeah, stick with us. I'll let you know anything that's new that comes out regarding the ROG Ally. I'm going to be covering it, talking about it, just embracing it and just soaking it in on this channel. So if you want to join me, come join me. Anyways, have a wonderful day. I love you and I appreciate you. Check out our Amazon list of favorite Steam Deck and technically ROG Ally accessories. Link in the description and top comment. There's a lot of bangers here that you might want to pick up before the ROG Ally comes out, and get ready for it, okay? So check that out. Link in the description and top comment. Other than that, guys, I will see you later. And just to give you a little hint, we're releasing a new handheld gaming PC website soon. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but stay tuned. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. I'm Blaze2K. Take care and come join me in the live stream Monday to Friday morning till evening. I'm always hanging around. If I'm not live playing games, I'm playing replays of old good streams. Just chilling, chatting away to everyone. So pop in when you want. Bye. Take care. Love you. Bye. Have you left yet? Click the like. Bye.